The city of Fort Collins has begun exploring options for a rental licensing program for single property landlords and multi-unit property owners. Now, before you get all up in arms, let me give you the facts so far of what we know and what we don't know, which is a lot, about what's happening with the possibility of a rental licensing program here in Fort Collins, Colorado. This is Juliana Tayo, your NOCO homegirl with RE/MAX Alliance and community market leader. You're probably wondering, why is the city exploring this idea? Where did this come from? Is this a done deal? How much am I going to have to spend on licensing for my rental properties? Well, here's the scoop. On Tuesday, January 18th, I attended a luncheon that was hosted at the Marriott by the NOCO Rental Housing Association. Marcy Yoder, Molly Fitzpatrick, and Megan Overton presented from the city of Fort Collins. A slideshow presentation was given to preface their intentions, and then we had an opportunity to field questions at the end. The slideshow began by stating that the city of Fort Collins Housing Strategic Plan has a goal of making sure everyone has healthy and stable housing that they can afford. So we currently have 46.9% renter-occupied homes, and 60.6% of homes in Fort Collins are cost-burdened. We currently have 3,500 units that are considered affordable housing units, which is about 5% of the current housing inventory. Fort Collins' goal is to have about 10% affordable housing by 2040. In order to do this, we need to build 282 affordable units every year between now and 2040. To achieve this goal, the city is looking at a number of aspects. First, they completed an equity and opportunity assessment. They're also reviewing the land use code. They're looking into sustainable revenue streams for housing. They're revisiting the U+2 rule for occupancy and considering a rental licensing program. They have been researching other cities that have a rental licensing program in place, 40 in total, 22 in Colorado. Through their research, they found a variety of different programs that are implemented with different structures and fees. So licensing fees range from $0 to $50 per unit and $70 to $350 per building. Inspections fees were $0 to $50, and inspections range from 1 time a year to once every 10 years. There were mandatory programs and voluntary programs with incentives. Their vision is a 5-year plan where they start with a pilot program, then move to possible voluntary licensing and inspections for a few years, and then they will implement enforcement after the 5th year. At the end of 2021, City Council met with various landlords and property owners in Fort Collins. They noted some key themes and concerns from that particular meeting. So first, that the policies need to target the true problems, and we need to strengthen and improve our current structures and have minimum housing standards that help with code enforcement, health and safety, parking and noise. Inspections should be reasonable and focus on basic health and safety standards. Another big theme that people discussed was a concern over a licensing program leaving the landlords to pass the costs on to the renters. The city is still exploring, researching, and putting together a program design for council to review because they still don't know how big the problem of health and safety issues are in Fort Collins or what their desired outcomes are. They did state that when they spoke to a city inspector, they reported they received around 3 to 10 complaints a week, and currently there are a little over 200 open cases for complaints by tenants in Fort Collins out of the 38,000 rental units the city has. They did state that they want thorough community involvement, including a community task force and advisory stakeholder group. Marcy Yoder explained that we have good intentions and need more input from you to make good on those intentions. Bottom line, we really don't know how much yet about the who, what, where, when, how, or why. The city is still in the research phase. Council is not voting on it in the near future, and they anticipate another work session in the fall of 2022 to share engagement results and potential options for a pilot. This is Juliana Tayo, your NOCO homegirl with RE/MAX Alliance and community market leader. If you want to keep informed with what's going on in Fort Collins and Northern Colorado, follow me on all the socials, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and don't forget to share this with someone who you think would be interested. Have an awesome day.